You had a light in here, right?
It feels like a video game with the perspective that we had from the back seat. So I feel like I was in it from the jump. Starting with a crime had me at the edge of my seat. I think it helped really bring the audience in, and I think it really just kind of like gets things going and hits the ground running. And I think that was really great. I think jump cutting between the scenes also helps to build anxiety, especially since us at the audience, as the audience, we didn't know what was going on. So I feel like we're already kind of anxious. You build more anxiety with cutting really fast between the takes, or cutting between like different types of shots. I think that was really cool. I love the unsteady camera following these men as they try to kind of like control the situation that is completely out of their control because these girls are um, tricking circles around them. So that was insane. I feel like the sisters being hostages and then them doing all their self suicides and chanting and obviously like very cult like activity was crazy. That was so crazy. So I think it's just very interesting because throughout this whole piece, I was rooting for absolutely nobody. So when people were getting sliced left and right, I was like, dang, 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 dang. It was definitely a very interesting watch. I thought it was really good. I think it was really great. I liked how the murders were like kind of close up just because visually wise it's very interesting to see.
I thought it was intense, yo. Like very like you talk about gripping, you talk about edge of your seat, you talk about a true horror slash thriller. This is the best of the genre. For like a what they call a bottle episode where it's just like one location and you're locked in for 17 minutes. I'm talking about locked in, locked in. Thought all the performances were great. I thought the production design was great. Um, writing was great, twists and turns, and had me kept me guessing until the very end.
Off the bat, I appreciate the disclaimer at the beginning. And then the film itself was just done really well. Just the right amount of that light gore that is enough to make me personally just, like, I cringe up a bit in the best way. It was done really well. It almost really thoughtfully, I should say.
Pretty gory and disturbing film. I thought it had a fascinating theme and the overall story was pretty engaging. We get to see how these women have been suffering for so long at the hands of these men and end up unaliving themselves, knowing that they end up haunting these men. I also like how the story shines a light on how people like these men tend to get away with these crimes, and the victims are the ones that end up suffering the most.
Terrifying but effective horror short. What set it apart for me was its ability to create a well crafted story in a really creepy environment, with all the hostages trapped in the old building. Their makeup, hair, and wardrobe were really well done, notably their sunken, gaunt eyes. The violence worked well for the storyline. It was not gratuitous, and the bloody makeup was really convincing, so visceral, as were the gruesome sound effects. The shrieking prayers were horrifying and effective too. Excellent film for the genre.
This gave me an unnerving feeling, which is maybe what the filmmakers were going for, is to make people feel unnerved where you don't always know really what's going on and where the shadows are. You can tell it's a tense situation, whether hostages or illness or whatever. It's which was really hard to follow. But you could tell something bad is going on.